That's time to get started. We want to respect everyone's time, so we're going to get jumping right into the content and respect your time as much as possible. Giving you the content, have some open Q&A. So during the presentation, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. There's a Q&A tab that you can use to ask questions that way. Rebecca, while I am presenting, Rebecca's going to be in the Q&A answering some questions, bringing some clarity in case I say something confusing. And we'll save some questions to answer at the end because she'll be like, ooh, that's a question everyone needs to know the answer to. So she'll be doing that. So I appreciate you, Rebecca, for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. Yep. If you have any questions or anything that we need to address, just let me know and I'll talk to you in the chat, and then I'll jump back on the camera later towards the end.
Yep, it's gonna be good. And if you have not gotten one of these yet, be sure that you get it. It is our workshop workbook. It's just a few pages. It's as least amount of ink as possible, where you can fill in the blanks as we go, jot down your notes, figure out what you're gonna do. If you have any game-changing things you don't want to forget, you want to fill in the blank as we go. It's a really good way for you to not only just hear and be inspired, but also learn. So we're on day one, the amazing Amazon FBA opportunity. So be sure you get this, fulltimefba.com/workbook. And if I ever say a link during the presentation, Rebecca's going to put that in the chat. So if you want a clickable link, Rebecca will do that. She's already done that with the workbook link in the chat. And if you're watching on the replay, most of the things that we say, we'll say them a few times, fulltimefba.com/workbook. But if you're watching on the replay, guess what? The magic happens live. So we hope to see you the rest of the week live on the calls. We're going to have a good time and get things going right now. So again, fill out this workbook as you go along. I'll try to remind you when there's certain blanks coming up. I'll even have it on the screen that's underlined, kind of reminding you, hey, this is a fill in the blank. So we're going to have some fun. And this week is going to be a little bit different. If you've been on our workshops in the past before, we're going to try to work in some co-working times, some times for us to fill out in this workbook, just different aspects of figuring out what your very next step is. Because if you come to a workshop like this and all you do is learning is awesome. But guess what? The magic happens when you take action on what you learn. So figuring out what your next step is, figuring out where you're going to go to find inventory, figuring out those type of things. We'll work through that together and we'll have a good time doing it. So if you are new to Amazon, even if you've already been selling on Amazon, I want this session to remind you just how awesome selling on Amazon is and just how reliable it is, how consistent it can be, and just how it is a place that you can invest your time and money into in order to make a full-time income. Now, obviously, the full-time income doesn't come immediately, but you can work up to it. And that's what we're going to cover over the next 5 days, ways that you can improve your chances, increase your chances to making that full-time income. The cool thing about making a full-time income on Amazon is that you don't need full-time hours to do it. We'll talk a little bit about that during the workshop. I know a lot of you have shared with me via email, via connect calls on Zoom, just one-on-one, different things that you've been struggling with. And I've taken notes about that. We're going to be covering a lot of those this week. But if you haven't had a chance to let us know in the comments, what are some of your struggles in your Amazon business so that we can make sure in the days ahead in this workshop, we address as many as we can to give you the plan and the results that you expect with your Amazon business. And so I want to get into the PowerPoint. I'm going to ask Rebecca in a minute if she can see the PowerPoint because I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to click the buttons now to do that. And Rebecca, can you see my PowerPoint screen of the amazing FBA reselling opportunity? Do you see that on the screen?
Yes, I see it.
Awesome. Excellent. I'm actually going to. All right. So the amazing Amazon reselling opportunity is what we're going to be talking about today and breaking through. Again,
Hey, Stephen.
Yes.
Whatever you did, it made it go away.
Okay. Is it back?
That's back.
Okay. All right. It was just a little magic trick I was trying out and just seeing if I'd be able to pull off a magic trick on Zoom. And I did. I don't know what I did. So the amazing FBA reselling opportunity. Um, I want you to know a little bit like who in the world am I? Why should you even listen to me? Who is Steven Smotherman? And why should I even hang out for an hour, much less 5 days? I'll say it the right way. Why I should hang out 5 days, much less an hour. One of those ways is the right way to say it. I'll talk to my 16-year-old kid and he'll tell me. But who am I and why should you trust me? I first started selling on Amazon. I first started selling on eBay online in 1998. I was in college and I got really addicted to buying stuff on eBay. And then I had a bunch of stuff and no money. So I had to like start selling it back on eBay. And I started realizing, wait, I'm actually selling this for more than I purchased it for. This might be an income stream for me. And it did turn out to be. Um, I was selling on eBay in 19 since 1998, and around 2011, I started selling on Amazon. Started making a full-time income on Amazon my first year, and was able to really see a lot of hope and potential. At the time, I was a single dad, 4 kids, and trying to find a way where I could work from home and not have to put them in daycare and be able to make a full-time income to support myself and my 4 kids as a single dad. And it was fun. This is a picture of us way back. All these short kids, most of them are taller than me now, but this is a little Christmas picture of all of us. And I discovered selling on Amazon, and it totally like I realized my FBA business can be so much better than eBay because I send all my inventory to Amazon. They store it. When the customer buys it, they ship it, and they take care of all that business. I was able to outsource so much, and I could solely focus on just finding the inventory, sending it to Amazon, and Amazon takes care of the rest. It's an awesome thing. Um, in 2012, which was my first full year of selling on Amazon, Amazon awarded me as a top holiday seller in 2012. In fact, I know I'm really small on the corner of the screen here, but this was a award that Amazon gave me, and this was actually the last year that they did this award. But it was awesome. I was able to have top 10 sales on all of Amazon. My first year of selling on Amazon. I'm getting so excited that I'm just getting me choked up. But 2012, I was in the top sales of Amazon during fourth quarter, the last 3 months of the year. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just started. This is my first full year. And I'm already in the top 10% of all Amazon sellers. That's crazy. This just opened my eyes to what is possible. And again, 2012 was the last year that they did that, but it shows you how long that was 12 years ago. So, or a little over 11 years. But just realizing what is possible with selling on Amazon, and I was able to really go all in. In 2013, I married Rebecca. She became an amazing stepmom, also working with me in the Amazon business, and has been really awesome with learning Amazon, executing things on Amazon. I mostly like focusing on retail arbitrage. She likes online arbitrage. We both dabble in wholesale sourcing and just being able to bring in the kind of income. In 2013, later that year, she encouraged me to start the full-time FBA blog. And so we've got tons of blog posts that we started. We, in 2019, started the full-time FBA podcast, just giving out free content. We've got a YouTube channel. We've got so much to give you for free. And in fact, the free stuff that we do, we want it to be better than the last paid thing that you paid for. So that one day maybe you'll join us by purchasing a course to learn a specific topic or enrolling in our coaching program to take care of all aspects of your Amazon business and learning and making that full-time income for yourself. So here's a picture of me, and the oldest is grown, lives out of town. So here's a picture of me and Rebecca and the 3 kids. And this picture we need an update of this picture because now my youngest is now taller than me, and so it's crazy how fast these kids grow. but it's something that is possible for you too, to start selling on Amazon in your first full year of Amazon, making a full-time income and bringing in that kind of income for you. And it just helped me really live the dream. I feel like I was living the dream, being my own boss, picking my own hours, being able to travel, being able to have financial security, being able to pay off cars, pay off a house, and being able to just have that kind of freedom, save for college, for my kids. You know, right now I've got two kids in college, and we're helping them with that. And so, just the kind of freedom that you have with that. And so, what is your dream? First blank on here. First thing I want you to do, and again, write it down. Don't just think of it in your head. Write it down if you can. If you showed up late, or if you're just now finally like, okay, I'll print out the workbook. Go to fulltimefba.com/workbook and you can fill it out yourself. But what is your dream? In fact, let me know in the comments, what is your dream? If you start making a full-time income on Amazon a year from now, what is your dream? What do you want to do? Part of our dream is to travel. I don't know if you can tell, we like baseball. One of our dreams is to go to every Major League Baseball park that's out there, and we've been to about 6 or 7, and are continuing to go to different ones. And last year, Rebecca and I went to Fenway Park in Boston. The year before that, we went to Coors Field in Denver, and so we've been all over. But that's a nice dream that we have. But we also have the dream of being able to take care of our parents when they're older. I'm about to turn 50. My parents are both still alive, and I recognize that their time on this planet is getting short. And so I want to be able to take care of them as best as I can, and be able to spend time with them as much as possible, for them to have a good end of life. And so part of our Amazon profits that we make, part of our full-time income, is part of it is setting it aside to help them as much as we can, to spend time with them, maybe even to have them move in with us if that's a necessity. A lot of different options. We want to do that. What do you want to do when you're making a full-time income selling on Amazon? Rebecca, what are some of the comments you're seeing as people are sharing what they want to do when they start making a full-time income on Amazon? What kind of things are they wanting to do?
I think the most common one so far is financial freedom. And that is, I think that sums it up for us too.
Yeah.
Denise says she wants to have fantastic vacations. I love that, because when you're working hard, you also need to take breaks and play hard.
Yes.
Pam says financial freedom, travel, and secure a future for my grandkids. We've got able to work remotely, still make 6-figure income, go RVing. That's hard to say, RVing. Financial freedom, travel, get out of debt and retire. Get out of debt is a great one too.
Yes.
We used selling on Amazon to help us get out of debt, and we're using it to keep us out of debt.
Yeah.
Work part-time hours to enjoy other parts of life, travel, learning new things. All of these are really great. Have my own business, have more purpose, travel, help my beloved ones, invest in them, financial independence. So yeah, all of these are really great. They're really great reasons to start an Amazon business and to grow your Amazon business.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are possible with selling on Amazon. And selling on Amazon, we're going to be right up front with you and honest with you. It's not all awesome highs. There are some frustrating lows from time to time. But you know what gets you past those frustrating lows? Remembering your why. Remembering why you're wanting to sell on Amazon. Remembering why you want to have this dream of taking care of your aging parents, being able to travel, being able to pay off debt. Those kind of things get you through those frustrating times and let you experience more of those high moments when you find a new item that you can continually replenish and sell on Amazon, and sell like 20 a month for 8 years. I mean, would you like to sell something on Amazon for 8 years and sell about 20 a month for those 8 years? That's been something we've been able to find and experience, and something we're going to touch on in this workshop. And so it's just really awesome. I love being my own boss. Now, technically, my wife is my boss. Don't tell her that. But I love being. We love being our own boss. And so just being able to pick our hours, work where we want, work where we want. Most of the time, I work here in my office. Every once in a while, I'm going to go work at a coffee shop. Sometimes I'm going to go out and find retail arbitrage. I'm going to go out of town or go to the town next to us and be able to spend all day going to different places in another town nearby, going out and eating at restaurants with my wife. Just being your own boss and being able to do that and working around your business is totally awesome. And escaping the 9 to 5, I honestly think it's been, wow, how long has it been? It's been like 2 decades now since I've actually worked a 9 to 5 type of job. And I don't know if I can ever go back to that. I don't. I mean, I've spoiled myself with this Amazon lifestyle of reselling stuff online. And you can too escape the 9 to 5, escape the annoying boss, escape the annoying coworkers. You get to pick your coworkers. I have the best coworker, my wife. And so you get to have that kind of freedom I mean, financial freedom, freedom to travel, time freedom, flexibility, all those types of freedoms you can experience yourself. And then the unlimited growth potential, because I feel like the more you can work and focus on finding inventory, the more you can make by outsourcing as many other things. And that's cool about this whole Amazon business too. Just the potential with outsourcing, you can have almost anybody do many aspects of your Amazon business for you, and they can earn a fair wage, which frees up your time to focus on the biggest money makers, the biggest needle moving aspects of your Amazon business. And it's just awesome. So imagine the possibilities for you being able to use your Amazon business to grow a full-time income in about a year and be able to grow even further on past that. It's something that is really awesome. So now is the best time to sell on Amazon for so many aspects. But I do want to let you know that we're going to give something away this week. We did this last time. We did the workbook, the workshop, and it went over really well. We are going to be giving away an FBA starter kit for one lucky person who happens to be here all 5 days. So if you're here live on day 1, you come back day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5, you will be entered into a drawing where one lucky person will win the FBA starter pack, which includes an impulse sealer. Now this is a big heavy thing here. This thing here. And what you do to you use poly bags or shrink wrap, and when you push it down, the heat that you turn up to the right amount seals that plastic. And so if there's certain items that you're wanting to sell and they need to be polybagged, or either so that they don't get dirty in the warehouse or they get polybagged because it's multiple things, you can seal that together. And this is something that Amazon sellers should have toward the beginning. And it's big. This one is a 16-inch. Most Amazon sellers usually buy a smaller one when they first get started, but they start to realize I'm having to like seal this in multiple places. I just want to push it down one time and have it sealed. So this impulse sealer is a really good thing. But of course you need some bags to go with it. So how about some poly bags? So you can see on the screen, there's 4 different sizes. You're going to get 100 poly bags in 4 different sizes. They have automatically the suffocation warning label that Amazon requires printed on the bags. You get this. You also get a Dymo printer. This will print out your Amazon labels for you one at a time. Say you have 20 of one item, it will spit out 20 labels for you, right? And it connects to your computer, and it prints out the labels. You get one of these, and you also get two things of the labels, the stickers that come in the size that Amazon requires. Amazon doesn't want those labels to be too big, so they're the right size that Amazon requires. And so this type of kit starter pack, it's around a $200 value or so, because I just added up today how much everything costs. So it's about $200. And so you get it for free if you were here all 5 days for the workshop. What's going to happen on Friday? We'll find out who all have been here all 5 days, and then we're going to randomly pick one person to win this starter pack. So be here live for all 5 days. If you happen to miss a day, we have replays, but only those who are here live are going to be able to, all 5 days, be entered into this. So it's going to be an awesome time. So I wanted you to be aware of this before we move on. But let's move on. All right. So why now is the best time to be selling on Amazon? Um, there, like I said before, there's so many reasons, so many things on why now Amazon is the best time. Let me share with a few of those with you. So why Amazon? Here's your first fill in the blank underneath what you filled out your dream is. Amazon is the biggest store on earth. Why Amazon? It's the biggest store on earth. Now, this is probably not news to you that Amazon is the biggest store on earth. There are millions and millions and millions of items being sold on Amazon right now. Some of them are being sold by Amazon as a seller, but most of them are being sold by third-party sellers. That's people like you and me who use the Amazon platform. We get access to the Amazon customers. Amazon advertises Amazon all the time. I mean, it's just a great place because it's the place that has the most customers. And of course, you want to be selling your stuff on Amazon because Amazon has the most customers. And so why Amazon? It's the biggest store on earth. In fact, there's a book called The Everything Store because that's what Amazon wants to be called. They want to have everything. They want to be the everything store. And so it's just something that is their goal, and they continue to expand. Why Amazon? Back in 2016, this is 8 years ago, right? Um, Amazon surpassed Google as the #1 shopping starting point for product searches. Before 2016, everyone went to Google. The majority of people went to Google to type in birthday gift for 5-year-old boy or replacement wrench for my whatever. And like they would type in the things that they were looking for with like a Google search. And Amazon realized that and decided, oh, we probably should change our search algorithm to not just help people find Atomic Habits by James Clear or Lego set number 35721, or just having product searches on Amazon match products. Now people go to Amazon and type in birthday gift for 5-year-old boy or um, tool to fix my broken shower or things like that. People go to Amazon and they use the problem that they're trying to solve, whether it's a gift for a kid, whether it's a replacement part for your shower, whether it's a car part, whether it's a certain size clothing. I love that because I can go in and type into Amazon button up shirt 2XL size and 100% cotton or whatever, and I can find the search results for that. And it's pretty good. So it's been 8 years now that Amazon continues to dominate, that they are the best place to go to find the stuff. So not only that, Amazon Prime has spoiled the world. Here's the next fill in the blank. Amazon Prime has spoiled the world. I mean, it spoiled me. I know if I buy something that's not on Amazon yet, and I have to buy it somewhere else, and they're like, it'll be there in about a week. I'm like, a week? That's like 3 to 5 times as long as I expected. Because with Amazon, I expect at least, or excuse me, with Amazon buying, I expect the maximum 2 days to get to me. But other times I have a warehouse close enough to me, and if that item that I'm ordering is at that warehouse, it'll be at my house in a few hours. Being a Prime member has spoiled me, and it's spoiled others as well. So Amazon Prime has spoiled the world and has caused the world to have these Amazon expectations no matter where they are buying. Let's take a look at memes because memes are fun. This is what recycling day looks like if you have Amazon Prime. Look at all those Prime boxes outside. Yes, you're going to get lots of shipping. You're going to order stuff, and this is what it looks like when you're a Prime customer. Um, Here's what it looks like 3 seconds after I order something on Amazon Prime. I'm like, where is it? Why is it not here yet? Because Amazon has fooled me. Here's a public service announcement. Do not drink and Prime. Don't drink and order stuff on Amazon because you just never know what's going to happen. Um, I don't have a picture of this, but I just heard of a few days ago, someone left a review for an inflatable mattress, and it was an inflatable mattress that had a black color on the top, a black color on the bottom, but the most of the mattress was white, and it looked like an ice cream sandwich. So imagine an ice cream sandwich. That was an inflatable mattress, black on top, black on bottom, white in the middle. And there was actually someone who left a review saying, I was drunk and thought I was ordering a huge ice cream sandwich. And um, I'm a little frustrated that it's just a mattress. Like, okay, that's user error. Amazon and you're just, drinking and priming, not the best combination. So just be aware of that. So the week after Cyber Monday, I am the queen of Amazon. This lady has made her Amazon throne, and she is sitting on it, and she looks like a queen. So there you go. What else we got here? Ordered the thing from Amazon with 2-day shipping, got it the next day. I mean, it's like it's a score. You feel like if you get it early, if Amazon gives you, in fact, that's one thing Amazon loves to do is go above and beyond with their expectations. And so customers like you and me on Amazon, we are getting spoiled, and that's Amazon's goal. And that's why people continue to come back to Amazon over and over again because Amazon Prime has spoiled the world. So let's take advantage of that. And all the customers that are going to continue to come to Amazon. I know in 2020, when COVID hit, Amazon's sales went up a lot because people are like, all right, I'm no longer going to retail stores. I'm going to buy more online. And so there's even more people since 2020 that have joined Amazon. People who were like, I don't like buying online because I don't trust my credit card being online. Finally broke down in 2020 and decided I'm going to actually buy online. And then they realized, oh, it's safe now to buy stuff online with on Amazon. And now it continues to help Amazon grow. People couldn't over that. So the next fill in the blank, Amazon's net revenue continues to grow. Nothing seems to be able to stop Amazon. Not a global pandemic, not anything. In fact, I want to show you something. Here's a little graph of Amazon's net revenue over the years, continues to grow. And so, I mean, look at this big jump. If you can see on your screen from 2019 to 2020, most of the years before the growth was pretty expected, a certain average type of growth. But 2020, boom, a huge growth in 2020. And that's because tons of people started buying online, unlike ever before. And so it's been really good. So again, Amazon growth continues to grow, and we can be beneficiaries of that by selling our stuff on Amazon. And of course, every Q4, which is October, November, December. And listen now, because we are recording this in April. You're listening to this live on April. Now is the time to get ready to learn how to sell on Amazon so that your Q4 can be awesome. How awesome? Here's what has happened in the past during Q4s. Amazon's net per quarter, you can see that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q1, Q2, and it's like every Q4 there's this peak, and that's because of the holiday selling season. All of the holidays in Q4, October, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, Kwanzaa, all the other holidays that people celebrate, there's tons of buying. Amazon sells food. There's tons of people buying food on Amazon. And fourth quarter is a time of huge growth. So now is going to be the best time for you to get started, or if you've started, really commit yourself to selling on Amazon and committing to the process of learning how, so that by the time October gets here, you will be ready to take advantage of these kind of Q4 sales. And it's just pretty awesome. So again, here's what it looks like, all the Q4s, in case you didn't know what I meant by peak. These peak moments are all Q4s, and you can see that the Q4 is the place to get the most sales and the most profits. And so we're going to get you help. We're going to help get you started and get you ready for these Q4s. All right. So in Q4, the number of items sold in Q4, billions in 2021, 137.4 billion. 2022, 149.2 billion. 2023, over 160 billion. The number continues to increase. I do not expect it to ever go down. I thought at some point it would plateau out, but no, it continues to increase. Amazon keeps getting more sales, and the items just sell faster and at higher prices during Q4. And again, I want to help get you to a place where you are ready to take advantage of that, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, um, so Amazon's explosive numbers in Q4 are to be expected. We're going to get you there. And then lastly, on this page, people trust Amazon. People trust Amazon to get them what they're wanting, to accept their return if it's not what they expected. People trust Amazon, and it's something that we as sellers love as well. So people trust Amazon. So that's one of your blanks on this workshop workbook as well. So Jeff Bezos, the owner, CEO, everything of Amazon, the owner of Amazon, he said, we've had three big ideas in Amazon that we've stuck with for over 20 years, and they are the reason we're successful. Number one, put customers first. Here's a tip. If you are an Amazon seller, always put your customer first. Even if it means you lose a little money, always put your customer first. You're going to end up making more in the end. Number two, invent. Amazon continues to invent new things and new ways and continues to make things better. And with that come increased fees. I know one of your struggles is Amazon fees. Well, guess what? The way you go get over dealing with Amazon fees is to find better inventory that you're making more profits on. We'll touch on that later in this workshop on how you can do that. And lastly, and be patient. Being patient is a way that has helped Amazon succeed over the years, and it can help you as an Amazon seller as well. So this is where you come in. You are the third party seller. You and I are a third party seller. Amazon is first party. We're a third party. I don't know what happened to the second party, but that's how it is explained. First party is Amazon. Third party is you and me, and we can make some good money on Amazon. So third party strategies to find inventory. We have drop shipping. No, do not do drop shipping. Drop shipping sounds great at first, but no, it is too risky, and you could have your Amazon seller account hurt. It's not against Amazon's rules. Amazon will allow you to drop ship, which means selling something merchant fulfilled, selling something not FBA, that when it sells, you go and find where that item is and purchase it to say, and have that person send it to you, your customer. Like it basically would be like selling an item for $20 on Amazon that you know you can buy online at Walmart for $10. And so someone gives you 20 and you go and buy it for $10 and send it to the Amazon customer. It used to be a way that people would make good money on Amazon. It's no longer anymore. It's just too risky. So there's that. There's also the option to private label, which is I'm going to bring a new item to Amazon. I'm going to come up with the logo and the name, and I'm going to sell it on Amazon. And again, this is a strategy that works for very rarely for some, but most of the time it's not something that you want to do. Basically, private label is like a party. A party that you decide, I want to invite people to a party at my house. I'm going to get a DJ. I'm going to get lots of food. I got to get people to come to the party. So I'm going to put advertisement out there to get people to come to the party. I'm going to spend a lot of money on the decorations of the party. And so you put tons of money into the product, and then tons of money into advertising the product on Amazon, and then hoping that you'll get some buyers. Success on Amazon does not come because of hope. Success on Amazon is understanding the numbers and following the data. Again, we'll get more into this as this workshop continues. But the way to have a killer party is to find out where there is already a party out there, already has good food, already has a DJ, and then go join that party. What we teach you at Full Time FBA is finding inventory that's already selling on Amazon, already predictable pricing, already great reviews, already going to be predictable, and then showing you how you can find those items locally or online to purchase at a profit to sell on Amazon. And so there is that situation. So private label is not something that we teach or promote or suggest. It's actually something that we warn you against doing. So if you are a private label seller, it is possible. It's just super, super hard and super risky and a lot of money up front without any guarantee. What we teach you is how to guarantee yourself as much as possible that the items that you're selling on Amazon are actually going to sell at the price you expect in the time frame that you expect, and consistently do that over time. So no, not drop shipping, not private label. Instead, we're going to be focusing on FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Again, this is the blank, the game changing solution, FBA, which stands for fulfilled by Amazon. Selling your inventory on Amazon by shipping it to an FBA warehouse and outsourcing that so that when the customer buys it, they're taking care of shipping it to their customer. The reason why we choose FBA over you just shipping it to your customer yourself is a couple reasons. Number one, you get more time in the buy box with FBA over merchant fulfilled, over seller fulfilled, over sending it yourself. Buy box, the little corner in the top corner of the Amazon sales page, product page, where it says click here to buy now or add to cart. Over 80% of sales on Amazon come from that box. And you in the game, I mean, the way you win the game on Amazon is to get in the buy box as much as possible because you'll get more sales. FBA always has priority over merchant fulfilled sellers when it comes to getting the buy box. So FBA, you get more time in the buy box. There's other things too that cause FBA to be the best reason why to sell on Amazon over merchant fulfilled, and we can get more into that later into this workbook and workshop as well. So FBA is a game-changing solution that really allows you to focus again on the aspects of your Amazon business that make you the most profit, that move the needle forward. Yes, you can save a little bit in fees by doing it yourself, but then you're cutting down that number of hours that you can spend on making the most money. Why spend what like here's the question. Would you rather save $10 by doing a job yourself, or would you rather pay someone else $10 to do the same job that causes you to make $40 or $50? Yeah, I want to pay somebody $10 that I can use that same time to make $40 or $50 myself. It's a no-brainer. So, and hopefully it's a no-brainer to you. So the game-changing solution, FBA, again, we can get more into this as we continue. So selling on Amazon via FBA, like we've said before, you buy the inventory, you ship it to an Amazon warehouse, Amazon stores your inventory. When the customer buys your inventory, Amazon ships it to your customer. It's as simple as that. And all you have to worry about is buying the inventory and sending it to Amazon. Amazon takes care of the rest. So FBA equals fulfilled by Amazon. Again, third-party sellers like us, we sell on Amazon. There's warehouses all over the world. If you're in the US, you're going to be sending your inventory to US warehouses. But if you're in other countries, you can send it to the warehouses that are close to you. Amazon packs and ships out the orders for us. Amazon deals with most of the customer service issues. And if they don't, then they pass that along to us. And Amazon deals with returns, taking those returns back, deciding if they're in sellable condition or not, and putting it back into your inventory, whether sellable or if it's unsellable, allowing you to have the option to either grade it to resell or send it back to yourself and decide what you want to do with that. Jeff Bezos said third-party sales have grown from 3% in total sales in 1999 to over 58% in 2019. We don't have the data for now, or I will give you the data for now. But he said, to put it bluntly, third-party sellers are kicking their first-party butt. So we are doing great as third-party sellers, and I invite you to join us in what we teach on how to know what's going to sell on Amazon, what it's going to be priced at, what your profits are going to be, how long it's going to take to sell, and what to know what to expect. And we can do all that together. So the aspect of arbitrage, the process of buying low on one platform to sell on a higher profit on another platform. That is done so many ways. I'm going to show you some screenshots. So here's some screenshots that are going to help you. How do I find inventory? Actually, I'm going to save the screenshots for just a second. We're going to do some screenshots in just a second. But how do you find your inventory? You can find stuff in your own home. Garage sales and thrift stores, you can get stuff really cheap. Retail stores, online stores, wholesale accounts, and so many other strategies to find inventory to sell on Amazon. So how do I know if something's going to sell? There's an app that Amazon gives you that will tell you what your profits will be after fees. That's one way that you can do that. There's also paid apps. There's an app called Scoutify that I love and use because you get more information that gives you the same stuff that Amazon tells you with the Amazon Seller app, but also so much more to make a better sourcing decision. And I'm flying through this because I know we're running out of time. But just some examples of some flips that I found. Buying something for $24 at Lowe's on Lowe's website, selling for $76.99. That's awesome. Buying some makeup, $44.25, selling on Amazon for $75. Here's some food, buying it for $7.99, selling on Amazon for $22.97. Some shampoo, buying it for $7.68. Guess what? It's sold out on Amazon, so I can ship it to Amazon and pick whatever price that I want. There are strategies to know what price it will actually sell for that's higher, but you can pick your price and sell on Amazon when you find something that's sold out. Walmart.com found a Lego set for $30, selling on Amazon for over $80. There's just it goes on. You got this makeup remover for just over $15, selling on Amazon for twice as much. You can even go some high dollar stuff, buying something for $90 that's selling for $180 on Amazon. There's just so many options for you. So you can accelerate this last blank on here before your next action step. The last blank, accelerate your income with replens. Replenishable items that you can continually replenish your stock over and over again. That's one of the things that we're going to talk about tomorrow in tomorrow's workshop. So I hope you come back for that. Again, the thing we're going to be talking about tomorrow, replens and being able to find an unlimited inventory solution for you. So tomorrow's session, the unlimited inventory advantage. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about that and talking it through and being able to really find a consistent amount of inventory over and over again. That's not the correct time, but same time tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and we're going to have a good time with doing that. So that is the end of this presentation. We're going to open things up to some questions. And so if you have not entered your questions yet, be sure that you let me know what are the questions that you have. You can leave them in the questions section. You can be able to put it in the chat, but ask your questions. I do want to come back to our final thing on the workbook, and that is my next action step. Based on what you have learned right now, based on what I've shown you, what is going to be your next action step? What is the next thing that you are going to do? Do you need to learn more about it? Is your next action step coming back to tomorrow's session and getting more information? Is your next action step, I need to talk with Steven for like a 10-minute call and figure out what in my situation is my next action step? If you do want to get a call with me, fulltimefba.com/connect. We can do a quick 10-minute call and I can kind of outline a few things for you and help you in your specific situation. But fulltimefba.com/connect. And you can sign up for a connect call with me so I can best help you with what you are going through right now in your Amazon business and let you know how we can help you along the way. So we're going to go to some questions. Rebecca is back here with her beautiful face and will ask me some questions based on what you're asking us.
Yeah, be sure and I asked you to leave your action step in the chat if you would, and also if you have questions, you can put those in the chat or in the Q&A. Q&A has the anonymous feature if you like that. So, we had a question earlier. Does your program teach how to do what you teach from Canada on Amazon USA? So the way I'm interpreting this is living in Canada, but selling on Amazon.com in the US.
Yes, there's a few workarounds that we'll need to iron out, based on that situation. But overall, yes, if you're going to be selling on in Amazon.com in the US, then you can definitely do that in Canada. We'll work in the shipping workaround to be able to work that into your profits and how to handle that. But yeah, we can help with that.
Yeah. Will you be covering pricing strategies this week when Amazon has competitive price at lower than your minimum?
Yes, that's something that we can cover. I know we're going to mention about different pricing strategies on one of the days, but one of the days this week, um, um, Monday, obviously not today because I want to be able to bring up the prepared presentation for you so that it's well rounded. But sometime this week we will be discussing that. I
Okay.
just can't
Yeah.
remember which day right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because we just, when we were reworking the workshop for this go round, we switched a couple of the days. So we
Yeah,
don't have those cemented in our head yet.
yeah.
Do you need to set up an LLC before opening up your Amazon account?
You do not. You can set up your Amazon account as what they would call a sole proprietorship, and then use your social security number to get your Amazon account. You can do that, and then if you want to, like, hey, I want to make sure this Amazon thing is works for me. We can help with that with our coaching. But also, if you want to wait until things are more realistic and you're like, all right, I'm ready to get an LLC now because I definitely want a different bank account for my business than I do with my personal money. And you also want to make sure you have an LLC to protect yourself for a lot. Just there's a lot of reasons why you should get one. But if it's a struggle for you, it's not a necessary component. You definitely want to at least get there, and when you do, there you can just kind of change some of the information in Amazon to update that without a problem. But it's something you eventually want to get, whether it's an LLC or an S corp or whatever type of option fits best for you.
Yeah, and you'll want to be sure and talk to a professional in your state
Yes.
to know your state's laws on all of that and to know the tax implications and make sure that you've got everything set up the way that will best benefit you.
Yeah.
So the next one, well, I was just going to read a couple of the action steps we've got. That my next action step is to go back and review my Amazon seller account. My next step is to be here every day this week for the class. That's a good one. I hope everybody has that as an action step because we really are going to go into more depth on some of these topics that we've just really brushed over. It's like we were brushing over everything in the first day to just kind of give you a taste of what the rest of the week will look like. And then the rest of the week is kind of building on like showing you what our coaching program is too, because these are all strategies that we cover more in depth in the coaching program.
Yeah, and again, we just want to share, we want this workshop to be the better than the last paid thing that you paid for. So we're not just going to hint around at things. We're going to be delivering some solid content to help move your Amazon
Yeah.
business forward.
Yeah, we really want you to leave this workshop this week with some very tangible, practical things that you can work on your business with. My next step will be continuing with the next session, getting more information on sourcing items and speaking with Stephen about how to ungate products. Pam, that was you. If you haven't already signed up, be sure and go to that fulltimefba.com/connect to get that connect call set up. A question from Elvis. What about selling on European platforms in addition to .com? How complicated is it in terms of logistics for storage?
So when it comes to that, what I usually tell people is that might be a good step to take in the future, but I would not start. I would definitely start selling on Amazon.com first. It's got the most customers. It gives you the most chance of success and being able to build up that full-time income. But once you start feeling comfortable with selling on Amazon with Amazon.com in the US, then adding other countries would be the next step to take. And it's one of those things where I don't want to give you too much information right now, just because you're not gonna be ready for it. Plus, the stuff I give you and tell you about might be completely different by the time you get to that step. But it would be a good option for you to look at. We've never expanded to other countries, other than allowing other countries to buy from us on Amazon.com. Mostly just because we've just seen so much success with .com that we've just not expanded past that.
Yeah. It's definitely a case of you want to be sure that you're focused and successful in one area before you start to try to branch out into other
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah. Don't just assume branching out to someplace else will be will help you grow faster. It's actually it's if you expand somewhere else before you feel comfortable and confident in selling on one platform in Amazon.com in the US, you're just adding more issues and adding more things to learn. And so it's like you want selling on Amazon.com to basically be on autopilot before you add in another country.
Yeah. And you can get there
Yes.
and get it to where you're almost on
Yeah.
autopilot. Melissa asks, will you be talking about licensed distributor for a company versus drop shipper? We keep getting labeled as a drop shipper when we are licensed distributors.
Um, we won't be talking about that during this week, but there's a possibility that we might add on a Q&A day, and that would be something that we could maybe talk about, because that's something I want to look into because I've not seen that type of situation before.
And always when you have like a specific question like that that might need a little bit more time to cover, that you can schedule that connect call,
Yeah,
and that will give Stephen an opportunity to, he's the one that does those calls, and you get the opportunity to put in your request for the call why you're calling. And so that gives him a chance to see like how does he need to prepare for that.
yeah.
And it's something that you could then get a little bit more specific information. Denise says the issue I am running into is almost everything I am trying to sell needs authorization. We definitely will be getting into restrictions. I think we moved that to day 4 this
Yeah,
time,
I think so. I think you're right.
talking about restrictions. And it's something that, especially for newer sellers, it is an issue that you need to learn how to deal with. And it's not something that's going to hold you back forever. It's
Right.
something that is, you can learn how to handle it and learn what you need to focus on while you're dealing with it, and you can move forward. So be sure that you're here all week, but especially for day 4, if you're wanting to learn more about how to deal with gating. People call it different things. You need authorization, you need approval, you need to get ungated, you have restrictions. All of those are basically the same thing.
Yeah.
With a tax certificate, how can I avoid paying taxes when I purchase my inventory if I buy online?
When buying online, you would have to connect with each online store individually, and see what their process is and see if it's even an option for them to accept it. Um, and so I know for us, we've got a reseller's certificate. We've just worked in paying taxes for most of our online arbitrage type of stuff into our business model. And so we recognize I'm not going to just buy it for $10. I'm going to buy it for $10 plus tax and make sure that that's understood in the different types of calculations that we use. We use tools online that give us the right kind of calculations, and we can set our tax rate in that to be able to make sure that the profit that the calculator tells us is actually profit and not. So There's
I will
also
say,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will say there are some websites that we buy from that ask you to upload your tax exempt certificate, and then they want you to update it periodically. And that way they know not to charge you tax. It's just
Yeah.
case by case basis. If they have it, they'll make it known on the website and you can upload your certificate and get an exemption that way.
Yeah.
Was that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Okay, and then we have a question. Will we have access to the workshop if we can't be on live? Yes, we're going to be doing the replays every day. So that will be at fulltimefba.com/replays. If you aren't able to make it live, just make sure that you go to that link, make sure you're signed up. I mean, I guess if you're here, you're registered for the I don't know. Is there a way to watch the replay without, if somebody could be watching this replay without being registered? But make sure you're registered for the workshop and you'll get the links sent to you every day with all the information for the next call and for the replay each time when it's
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. Just know that the replays that we're going to post online, we're not keeping them up indefinitely. So there will be a limited time, and the time will be on the replay page. So you can kind of see how much time you have to watch those.
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit quicker through these last ones because we're right at noon and we want to be respectful of your time. Is arbitrage better than purchasing items through a wholesaler? Ooh, that's a big question.
I mean, it's a personal preference just because both strategies are different. And so it's like it they each have different pros and cons. And so you know, it's yeah, because I'm even trying to think of my
I
personal
would
preference, but I can't. I like
I mean, to
they're
say something is better, it depends on what aspect of it you're looking at. As far as wholesale goes, you're going to be able to find items and go back over and over and over again to order those from the wholesaler, and that's awesome. We're going to get into that tomorrow on replens. Um, and as far as like arbitrage goes, it depends on what kind of arbitrage you're doing, but man, nothing beats the ROI on a resale or a clearance shelf. You know what I mean? Like reselling stuff that you're getting at a super low cost because it was discounted. That's really great. So it just depends on what you're looking for. And we actually have a mix of those strategies in our business model. So we do predominantly wholesale and online arbitrage right now, but we also do retail arbitrage still too because it is so profitable. So
yeah.
that's a big question, and there's a lot more that goes into it that we can get
Yes.
into later.
Yes. That sounds like a an upcoming podcast episode we should plan
I know.
sometime.
I'm like thinking that's a really big question that
Yeah.
I want to spend some more time on. Okay. Let's see. What's a good budget to have when starting if you don't want to prep yourself? I'm assuming you mean you want to send stuff to a prep center, which is an awesome choice. So what's a good budget to have when starting?
I mean, I feel like, when you're starting Amazon and you want to is this like a sourcing budget, or I'm guessing you're asking a sourcing budget, or is it like an all-in-one, like the tools and sourcing? But that's a really good question, and one that has kind of changed over the years. But I mean, if it, I mean, yeah, there it's. I'm trying to think of what I would most recommend. I usually we would say like $500 is something that can help take care of the fees that are taken from Amazon, and fees for a prep center, and then maybe a few other type of fees, and then have the rest with for the inventory when you're just getting started would be
And then you
something.
would sell that, you would, whatever you buy, you would just roll over that money into your inventory, like what you're going to be selling the next month.
Yeah,
And yeah, just keep going from there and letting that the profits reinvest it so that it's growing and growing.
yeah,
Yeah, if you have $500 to $1,000 to spend on inventory, you could definitely get started with a prep center that way.
yeah,
And that's a really good way if to do it if you have the money to spend on a prep center, but you don't have the time to prep yourself, or if you're just in a place where that doesn't work for you, if you're
mhm.
wanting to outsource that aspect of it, that is a really good way to start growing that snowball of profit is to let somebody else do that for you. Andy's asking, I was about 10 minutes late joining the call today. Can I still be in the drawing for the sealer and printer if I join y'all for the next 4 days? Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes, be sure that you just are present at some point, during we get the report of who all the attendees are and can see, how long you're on there. And yeah, missing the first 10 minutes is not a big deal. You're going to be in the drawing if you make it the next 4 days. This is our last one. I'm not sure that there's a question in here, but it's just, I think it's just a comment that I wanted to let you guys know about, and see what Stephen has to say, and then we'll kind of wrap it up for the day. So we had somebody message just to the host and panelists. We're thinking of not selling on Amazon anymore. We were buying from a supplier and need a change because they were not a recognized distributor. We've been selling since 2018, but desperately need to find product that will make profit. It's so hard to find it with everything being so expensive.
Mm.
What do you have to say about that, Stephen? Because I feel like that's something that comes up from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously everything in the world is getting more expensive. Amazon fees go up a little bit, and life just costs more. And if your money's really tight and you don't have the kind of money, like we just said, 500 to $1,000 would be a great. And if you're like, what? I'm not even near that. And there's strategies that you can do to sell stuff on Amazon. Being able to purchase things from thrift stores, garage sales, even looking around your own house. I mean, taking your phone with the Amazon seller app and going around your house, scanning your own books, and you're like, I'm never going to read that. Um, there's different opportunities for you to find stuff to sell on Amazon and make profits off of that. And then, like we said before, reinvest that profits into more inventory and start to snowball your profits over time. And so there's that aspect of doing it. So garage sales, thrift stores, um, clearance aisles, things like that. It's not where you're going to stay forever, but if money's tight and low, then that would be the strategy to get yourself to a place where money is coming in a lot more uh, strongly, and you can invest and start buying stuff at higher prices to sell on Amazon. What were your thoughts, Rebecca?
Yeah, I mean, I would just add to that, if you've been selling for a while and finding that it's harder to find inventory that will sell at a profit, just kind of reassessing what your sourcing methods are, and, finding ways to branch out into new categories that you haven't thought of before or that you haven't used before. Because maybe, one of the things that we have experienced over the years is that things come in waves, and there are ups and downs in selling, but then there's just also ups and downs in our inventory. There are times when certain inventory sells really well, and then all of a sudden it's not selling very well. But then 6 months later, it will sell well again. And so going back and reassessing past products that you've kind of written off and are like, we're not selling that anymore. Well, 6 months later, it might be doing really well. So going back and reassessing that, always looking for where you can make those pivots and those adjustments, either to something completely new or to revisit something that's worked well for you in the past that you kind of gave up on. That's one of the challenges of selling on Amazon, is that you're constantly having to evaluate, how are things working now and how do I need to change it. We were talking about getting your business set up on almost autopilot. I just don't know. There's probably a few products out there that people own, like private label, that they can just set it up on autopilot and they can advertise, and it's something that people just buy all the time, and all they have to do is just restock their inventory and they're just going to the bank. But for most part, it's like running any other business selling on Amazon. You're having to do that work where you can get things set up to run almost on autopilot, so that you can then spend that time that you're saving to continually be reassessing and working on your business in ways to grow your profits and to expand. And yeah, those are the kinds of things that we've had to focus on over the years, and that we really like to teach our coaching clients about. That, get a fundamental of the basics, but then how can you go from there to use the information that's in your seller account, the information that you have on inventory and how it's worked for you in the past to then grow and expand.
Yeah, and like you said, we deal with this with our coaching clients, and understanding everyone has their own situation, their own income level, their own time availability, and we work with them to kind of come up with the best way to continue doing what's working. But the things that the wave has passed and is no longer working for them, how can we pivot and find what else they can do? And it's fun. I love the challenge of helping people through that, and we'd love to do that for you too as well if you let us. And so again, this is just kind of a first day introduction, talking about what is possible, ways that we can kind of figure out how to solve certain issues. And again, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the unlimited inventory advantage, or how you can set yourself up to have an unlimited inventory options, being able to continually restock inventory as it sells out, and ride that wave as long as possible. I like want to start getting into teaching that now, but I need to save it for tomorrow.
Save
Um,
it for tomorrow.
yes, and so come back tomorrow, same time, noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, and we'll have a good time. We'll get the replay up at fulltimefba.com/replays as soon as it crunches all the digital things and becomes a replay. We'll upload that as soon as we can. And don't forget, you have been here on day one. You need to be here the next 4 days to be entered into our 200 plus value of the FBA starter kit, which includes the impulse sealer, the demo printer, labels, polybags, suffocation warning labels that come with it. And we want to make sure that you win. So be here all of this week, and we'll have a blast, and we'll continue to help you move your Amazon business forward. Well, that's it for today. So we will see you tomorrow. God
Yeah,
bless.
thank you, everyone. Hold on, let me save the chat, Stephen. And then
Okay. All
we're
right.
really glad that y'all are all here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds awesome.
Bye.
Bye.